everyone, I'm going to just talk you through creating a Google presentation. So presentation is Google's version of PowerPoint. So as usual, it's create and then select presentation. This is actually my favourite part of the Google Apps suite. It's the one I think has the most use for people within a university. If you're using something like Google Docs as a member of academic staff, it's not very good in the sense of you don't have the EndNote integration, you don't have the fonts, the stuff that we need for all of our work. However, with lecture slides, it really does everything that an academic needs. So when you log into it, it comes up with your theme chooser. You can tell it not to, but I prefer it to come up so I can choose one. They are pretty terrible, some of them. This one is unbelievably ugly. This is possibly the worst abomination I've ever seen. I tend to stick to khaki or biz. So you just select the template you want and then click OK. And then it will create the first slide for you based on that template. So as usual, give it a name, so I'll just call it test presentation. Click OK. As you can see, everything's saved within Drive, and I'll give it a title. Just like Word, when something's blank it'll contain some text, but if you actually click on it, there's no text there. I'm just going to delete that by clicking on it and pressing delete. If I want to add another text box, you click the text box option up here, drag it out, type your text like you would. And you can change your fonts by using the options here, bold, underline and all that stuff. You can also add some fonts that are in the Google library. So if I want to add another slide, well, you click this add button here and there you go, it's automatically added slides for me. It will always default to this style of slide, but over here under layout you can actually change it, so you can turn it back into a title slide, give it columns, title only. So it gives you quite a few options of default templates that are quite useful. So again, here is a nice quote, but it's not actually a quote. I want to add an image, so if I go to image, and you can choose from your computer or drag it in. I'm just going to click choose image, and I'll choose this picture of the birds that I was playing with yesterday. So there we go. It's a bird. And next slide. What you can do is add transitions. So it doesn't let you add the transition on the picture itself, but if you click backward onto the kind of the blank parts, you click transition, you can add a transition. So I'm just going to give it a slide from the right, apply it to all slides, click play, and there you go. If I want it to move on to the next one, it doesn't, because it's actually only applied to slides I've edited so far. So I'm just going to type in some text here, add the animation, so fade out on click on after previous or with previous. So I'm going to do it on click just so I can control it. If I click on present, it's going to give me a test view. So that's how it looks like. If I start from the beginning, you click on it, that one slides in like I told it to, it slides away, and when you click, it fades out. So a combination of the actual effects can cause problems, because I've told this one to slide right and applied it to all slides. It will slide into the next one, and because I've told it from slide from right and fade out, it means that it's going to slide similar to the previous slide, but then it's the text is fading out. So you get a few nice options, but just make sure that the actual combinations you're choosing make sense. And again, that's kind of it with presentations. You can download it as a file, so you can save it as a PowerPoint file, you can save it as JPEGs, PDF documents and all that kind of stuff. So you can create it in Google and then save it to your computer, but particularly for a member of staff it might be quite useful. You create it in the cloud, it stays in the cloud, and then when you go to your lecture you just log into your emails and access it through Google Drive. So you don't have to cart around the pen drive, it's all there for you, and it's very simple. So you add your animations. I tend to leave animations off because I don't like animations, so I'm just going to go to no transitions, apply to all, and close that. So when I go to present, it automatically starts on the slide you were on. Go to title page and you just click through. So you might have noticed I have this page here that's blank apart from the title. It didn't play that through when I clicked. That's because if there's no text there, it won't play it. You need to have text in kind of the main field for it to appear. So as you might have noticed, that still had its transition on this page, so I just need to remove that. So slide, no transition, it's not doing anything, and in theory I finished that, so now I can play it. Again, when you click play it always goes from the slide that you're on, so if you're using it in class, remember to click on slide 1 before you click present. And that's it. Feel free to ask me any questions.